why you're here, where you're listening from. This is Jana Herde from Germany. I don't know, many people can't actually say my last name, Herde. It's very German, very difficult. Um, and we want to talk about something very important today. I'm here with Alana Johnson from Canada. Hi.
Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Just fine. I know it's the evening for you. It's actually dark for me. So you can see, for a start, we work from different time zones, which is great if you're running an online business from home. Alana and I, we both have kids. We're single mothers most of the time, I guess, but we're able to do this. And I think the main reason is because it all started with a vision. So today this is about true vision, about how to get to your true vision, how it can link with a dream, and how do we do this? Why do we do this? And how you could do it too. So yeah, I'll let Alana just start.
Hi. Thanks, Jana. I think it's so important that when we do this business, that we have our true vision, not just a vision or dream that kind of, yeah, I want to make $1 million. You know, okay, why are you going to do that? How is your life going to change when you get to $1 million? And be realistic, okay? You know, make a short-term goal. In 3 months, you want to make $15,000 a month. Okay, $15,000. Okay, how is your life going to change? And really think about how your life is going to change. And I think that's so much, you know, what we're not doing to get to the core desire, our deep meanings, why we're doing what we're doing. And for myself, as Jenna said, I'm a single mom as well. I don't get a lot of support from my ex, and so I've had to support my kids financially, emotionally, 100% of the time, because, you know, he's in another province. And that's my why. You know, my why is my kids. So that's a given. And to do that, I'm making myself a better person with personal development, motivation, and how important is that? Because I think we have to make ourselves better people to pass our message on to other people. Like my desire is to help other people, other moms, other single parents, other dads that want to stay home with their kids, that, you know, you're working 9 to 5, you're leaving the house at 8 o'clock, you're getting home at 7:30, you're seeing your kids for 2 hours a day if you're lucky. What kind of quality time is that with your kids? There is none. You know, on the weekends, same thing. You know, you're busy with your life. But I want to be able to help people realize their dreams, and in the end, you know, that's going to make mine even bigger. So, what are you feeling? What are you feeling?
Yeah, I think that's just similar than what happened to me. I actually had the option of having a job in the last years since my daughter was born. I mean, I had the privilege of staying like 2.5 years really at home with my daughter. That was possible. But then I also divorced, and maybe it wasn't like in your case that he left with the income or something. But okay, he didn't just make that much money, so he could pay something for us, and I actually didn't want anything with the divorce, and I said, well, I'm just going to find my way. I'm happy if he finds his, and if he can pay some support. I mean, it's just fine. But I guess because I already had the vision that I didn't want to depend on anybody, that's what deep down I think you felt too, because otherwise that circumstance of the husband leaving with the income or something,
Yeah.
maybe would have eaten you up. Like you don't wake up anymore and you just think, okay, life is going to be like that. And then you start living life like by default, not by purpose or by reaching goals or by having a dream. And I think that's something very important, also what you said, because many years ago, a very successful businessman in Spain, actually, because, yeah, I was actually raised in Spain. That's because I very often tell things about Spain, but it's just that most of my life happened there. So I know many people there. And that man said, like, no, I'm not asking people, like, how much money do you want to make or why do you want to do this? And then, you know, many guys said, oh, I want to have a better car, I want to have a better house, and I want to be able to start a family, you know, having it all set up, and this is so important to me, and I want to be rich. And then he said, yeah, you know, I want a house. I would like to have a better car. I would like to. He said, many people would like to, but that's not a true dream. He said, because many people has got that, but they don't feel happy anyways, because maybe that was not their dream, or they need something else that isn't just there, or they didn't figure it out, or they wanted all the wrong things maybe, and it's just not according to their vision. And then he said, it needs to be a dream about a life you want to live, that if you think about the possibility of not having that, you actually get panicked. It makes you feel afraid, like, oh my God, if I have to live in any other different way, I mean, I want no other future. I just want this, because just considering the possibility of living like now all my life and repeating this year and after and the year after, and if this goes on like this just by default and I never reach this dream, then I just should stop it here or change everything, because that makes me feel panic and anger and fear. So he said, that's the dream. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what
And
is it that you have to do? No, and find a way how to do it. Otherwise, you feel fear all the time.
yeah.
And that's my mind already clicked. And that was years ago. So it actually took me years also of personal development. And that's another thing. It's not just a dream. You need to become a whole different person to be able to be an action taker, somebody who sets goals, who knows what to do. And if you don't know, you just take baby steps, but in the right direction, because you know which direction you're heading.
That's right. Yeah. And it starts with the books and the audios you listen to. You follow the leaders with the company that you're with. You know, people like Tony Robbins, and they're just so inspiring, and it gets you thinking. And you know, that's the big difference. I think you have a more awareness of what your goal is, and how you're going to get to the goal, and you're going to, you know, it's not going to be easy, and that's the difference. We're with the same company, and the difference is we weren't promised $1 million overnight. You know, we were promised work hard, follow, you know, the people above you, wherever you have to follow, work. I'm working some mornings till 2 in the morning. I'm sure you're working late at night, early in the morning.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah, I remember being on a hangout with you a few months ago when I just started, and you said you were never a morning person, and suddenly you have the desire to get up in the morning and do stuff. And I thought, oh, that's so true, you know, but I have a son with Asperger, so any Asperger kids, they don't sleep. So
Yeah.
he would go to bed at 2 in the morning when he was young and be up at 8, you know, and I'd have to be up with him. And so that was never an issue. But I find now I get up, get the kids to school, I'm working from 8 till 10:30, getting a lot done, 2.5 hours of quality work, and then I have the rest of the morning free. And this afternoon we're doing the video. That, you know, I enjoy this. I love this. I think it's so neat that we can talk in different countries.
Yeah,
And share our ideas.
that's the power of the internet and of online businesses, because it doesn't matter where you live, or if you say, well, in my village there isn't really people that are interested, or I've already asked everybody. I mean, I love it, because without online, or I mean without network marketing, we wouldn't be here, because like it was the baby of the whole thing. And it actually still works, because I know a company that has been doing it like for 50 years. They have amazing products that I use, and I have friends that are very good in that business.
Yeah.
But actually, if you want to do it a bit faster, or a lot faster sometimes, and actually know that with the internet you reach everybody, and it doesn't matter where a person lives. If that person says, I have a vision too, I always want to do something different with my life, I also want to connect with like-minded people and have a support system no matter where people are. And that's amazing when you, because last day I saw another one of my morning mentor videos with Mary Morrissey. That woman also is amazing. She's the dream builder. And she said something, she said, just look at the 5 people in your life you're talking to most, and interacting to most, and listening to the most. You're probably going to make an average income someday like these people. And she says that it's actually statistically proven. And if you go to certain neighborhoods, you see how much money people make by just asking them, who are the 5 people in your life you hang out most with? And this actually, I don't want to sound like a cliche or patronizing here, but you know what? The people I was talking to 5 years ago were completely different than the people I talk to today. And it's not about saying, oh, you're making less money or you're less successful, I don't want to talk to you. But it's a mindset thing. The right mindset, I think, or a different mindset they had already a few years ago. So actually I had to find people that could think similar, and who actually were ahead and really above me, and who were getting really the good results that I wanted, because actually you can't advance. So if you have a vision, if you're lucky and you already have your vision, but you're surrounded by the wrong people, not wrong people, I repeat, not because they're wrong or bad people, but because for your vision it's not the right support system, it's just not gonna work. I mean, my best friend is a therapist, and he also says, you know, to take somebody and help that person and get that person to make the right changes in life so he can feel better, he needs to get rid of some relationships that are just not good for what he needs. But that's something very difficult to do, I think, and it needs a lot of guts and responsibility and daily action, because you actually, it doesn't mean you don't love the people around you. It just means you're loving yourself more, and you need to do something different to make things change. And that's something I think very important. People, if you're listening, I don't know who you are, what to do, because you have to know what's good for you. I knew what was best for me, and people will understand if you take daily action, do something different. Even if they don't talk to you for a while because they think you're completely nuts and you lost your mind because you're doing an internet business and you're reading all those books about successful people, maybe something you've never seen before, and you don't want to go to the theater with them anymore because you say, well, you know, I have this thing here going on, I have to listen to this, or I have to work on something with my new business partners, and they just don't understand. But they're gonna get you as soon as you get results. And then they say, well, this person had a vision, she's doing something, or he's doing something. So, okay, maybe he's nuts because I don't understand him, but he knows what he's doing. Maybe I should do something different. So, yeah, I don't know if this helps, or if I'm getting far away from the topic, but I think that that has to do with your vision a lot.
Yeah, and that's true. How much, you know, I did the same thing, because I was the last person to go in the Facebook. I would not go on Facebook. I didn't want anyone to know what I was doing, and now I'm all over the Facebook, because I am so in love with my company, my product. I have such a deep burning desire to have someone watch my video or look at my Facebook post and just have it click on for them that, hey, I can make my life better. I don't have to live like this. You know, and I've gone from, you know, my ex-husband made an amazing income, so I've gone from good to really, really struggling to, you know, and 4 years ago I made the decision that I'm much like you, I wasn't going to rely on anyone else but myself. And that's when I started to have my vision. But it's grown. You know, it's grown a lot. And so needless to say, I did lose some friends on Facebook. I'm just going to grab someone's at the door here.
Yeah, of course. Well, so stick with me while Alana is opening the door or doing something. That is also a great thing. You know, I don't know if you hear it on my voice, or you see it in my eyes or something, but I've been sick the last days. Hi.
Okay.
And I've done my work anyways, because there is no boss I have to call to say I'm not coming to work today. There is no person I have to find out, like, who's taking care of my daughter today. I'll just find a way. And this is the thing, free yourself and change something, even if it's a really little step every day. Change little things in order to get different results, because there is nothing more silly to think that you can change your life, but you refuse to change things. I was just in our audience. Whoever is there, it's great, because that means you want to change something.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's totally fine. That's why what I told people right now. You can just go open the door. I've been sick. I have no boss I have to call. I can decide who stays with my children or with my child. Or I have just one. So sometimes one is even enough if you're on your own. But we have to feel empowered and say, you know what, I'm going to find a way to do it. And today I can give you one example of a great vision, because this is a guy I even don't know personally. He's from Croatia. Mr. Novak, if you hear this, I'm talking about you. Yeah. And he's like 21, 22. He's a software developer. And months ago, I mean, this is quite a time ago, when I still was working a lot with headhunting, because we were actually trying to get people promoted that were looking for better jobs, or, you know, when just one company is buying another one and they need new qualified people. So I was one of these people looking for the good guys, or the guys that said, well, I need a job, you know, I just went out of university or some stuff. And I found this guy because this guy lives in Croatia. He gets paid very little money for a software developer job. He's been to university. He's done everything he can with what he has, because this guy had a dream, you know? And I found him on this kind of social network, which is actually to promote your business skills. It's very serious. It's called Xing. We use it a lot here in Germany. And there I found him by just putting in the keywords for the people that I was searching for. And you know what his sentence was for his presentation? I don't dream about success, I work for it.
Oh, I like that. That's
and I saw his picture, and he looked very determined and serious enough, but not that stiff. And I saw, wow, this guy is very young. Where is he from? So he had German in school. He says, well, I don't speak it perfectly, but he gets all I say. His English is good enough. And he just said, okay, I need to put myself into the internet, even on different social networks people even don't use in my country, because if the job is there or abroad, I'm just getting one. And he waited for months I actually made a video about this too months ago when I said it's so frustrating if you have people with dreams who have the mindset you should have as a successful person, but they didn't even have to learn it. They're born with it somehow.
Yeah.
I really is born with a winner mindset. And I couldn't get this guy a job because people said he's lacking in experience. He doesn't have experience. And I said, well, he's in his early 20s. So you can't expect people to have things they just are not going to have. And that's what we were saying today, people, before starting the webinar. When you're starting a business, and there are things you will have to learn and things you don't have yet because you're starting. So don't worry if you think, well, I would be so new, I don't know everything. Neither did we. We didn't know anything. And now I'm ranking videos on YouTube, and we're doing little webinars, and we're just making it, getting it go. That's great. We have the thing working for us. And you know, this guy from Croatia, then I looked on his profile months ago, and I said, oh God, it's been like 6 months. We couldn't get this guy into the companies. People always said he needs more experience. And I said, well, but he has not the experience, but he's got the mindset, you know. This boy, you can get in there and tell him what to do, and he'll do everything. He's willing to move country, to leave family, to leave friends, to learn the language better. He's just willing to do what it takes. I said, when do you get somebody like that?
Right.
You know? And now I actually met a friend, and he said, well, did you have that information about the guy from Croatia? Do you still have him? And I said, well, yes, we're even Facebook friends, you know, because I love like-minded people. So I said, I didn't get you a job, but I want to have you on Facebook. And now people want to see him because he's still there, because he didn't give up, because apparently he's doing something and he still wants it so much. Yeah, and we're just on the way on getting him the job. He's gonna have what he wanted. So this is what it takes sometimes to have the dream and to work with it. It may take 10 months till you actually can start with what you wanted.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's the companies that offer overnight results you have to be wary about. The fact we're building a business, so that takes time commitment. It takes money to build a business. It takes personal sacrifice to build a business. You know, but we're building a real business, and that's you know, if it's so much easier for me anyway to have my vision when I'm doing something towards reaching my goal is it's great. Yeah, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we don't please see the Empower Network income disclosure in case we do mention any money or imply any income. www.empowernetwork.com/income. I had a book and it's gone. It was there was a good quote in there too. I don't think it was. I'd written it down. I don't know if I wrote it in here too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Read books. We need to read books in order to be able to change our mindset, because you need to get your brain used to succeed. Oh, wow. That's nice.
It is an amazing book. Can you see? Yeah. She is just amazing. I did, you know, reap and sow with money. And that's the big, this is kind of off topic, but the reaping and sowing can work for you or against you. You can make millions or be in dire straits. I'd rather use it to make millions of dollars, wouldn't you? And that's so true. It's what you're reaping and sowing, what you're feeding, and
I just lost
you know, you feed something long enough.
Alana, that's the techie stuff. I just lost you for a second. Can you read the quote again so we have it complete?
Oh,
in case it's not
sure.
Here.
The reaping and sowing can work for you or against you. You can use it to make millions, or you can be in dire straits. I'd rather use it to make $1,000,000, wouldn't you? And you're reaping and you're sowing, so what you're feeding, it's going to grow, and it's going to grow and grow and flourish, and then we'll get the results we want. And that's the big thing in the end that we want. And we dream, or you have your vision, or you have your goal. Your goals can always change. They can always get bigger. Once you reach them, then they'll go to the next level and the next level. So
Yeah.
that's about, yeah.
That's it, and that's why I just think that it's very important. People sometimes even say, well, I know somebody who's always reading those books and he isn't doing anything better than I am. And I think, well, one thing is reading them, and the other thing is reading them, really having a purpose and thinking, I want to read this because I'm sure there's something in it I can use now to implement the changes and try those things even tomorrow, actually, while I'm reading it. And that's very important. Like you said, be aware of things. Mary Morrissey, she always says you need to be aware of what you're paying attention to. Because if you're paying attention to problems or to negative things or to things people say about you all the time, you get so lost in that you become that problematic thing or situation. But you can even hear that, don't judge it, it's going to be there, you want it or not, for a while. But to notice if you're paying attention to the right things.
That's right.
And I think if you practice this every day, like, okay, am I really paying attention to my vision? Am I really doing things that go with my vision? Or am I paying attention to, oh, I have to pay the bills all day? Because, okay, you're going to pay them anyway, some way, somehow, some day this month. But you need to work on your vision too, because if you're never paying attention to it, it's never going to work. So then you're going to say, I tried so hard and I had no results, but well, maybe you were paying attention too much to what's not your vision. And that's why I thought that this guy from Croatia, I call him Mr. Novak, just not to say his name, maybe I just want to keep your privacy. But that was a thing, and then I always kept clicking his profile the whole time. And I saw he made the picture better, he'd added something, he started clicking on other profiles just to see what people were doing in his niche, in his professional niche. He just was telling me like, oh, now I'm doing this, now I'm even working on a different qualification so I can develop a different code. And he didn't know what he was doing it for exactly or for what job. But no manager from some company came and said, look, if you don't have this, we don't pick you. So do this and then we pick you. He didn't have that. He just did it because he thought the more I do for my vision, the closer I'm going to get to it. Exactly. And now he was so amazed when I said, you know what, sometimes things change. And I started not thinking with anger about last summer anymore when I said, well, why can't you just get qualified people a job? And I think that negative thought actually didn't help. And then I started something new and I started thinking about it differently. And I said, well, but the vision actually was getting these talented people a better life, not actually convincing the manager of some company who may be so lost in his work that he says, no, I'm not hiring right now. So they're not interested, actually. They don't know what they see and they don't know what they don't know. So then I think it changed because I thought positively about it, and then I actually got people asking me because things begin to happen. You know what I mean? And then they said, where have you got that profile? That guy was interesting. So it's getting closer, but you need a dream there.
Yeah. So get to your core desire, core commitment. You're gonna strive to make it happen, and do everything you have to do to get there. Whether it's spending an extra hour on the computer, pushing it on another email, whatever it takes. Yeah. do a webinar, but I enjoy this. This is fun.
And it needs to be fun, because if it's not fun, it's not going to work. I mean, do you want to listen to us if it's not fun?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to work with you if it's going to be suffering all day. I mean, please, if you're suffering in your business every day, please quit. Do something else.
Yeah. You have enough with their 9-to-5 job. There's enough suffering. Oh, boys. Yeah, do you have anything else you want to add, or?
Yeah, I just would like to say thank you to everybody for watching, and I respect you so much. I always say that because there's plenty of options out there, and you're here, and that might be because you're looking for something, because you actually want to change something, or you actually have a vision like Alana and I and all our people and all the guys in the business actually have. That's why we're still here. And you can do it if we did. Click on our links. It's going to be on our profiles on Google+. We both use Twitter. We both use Facebook. So, yeah, just click on the link and take action. This is something you can do. You can always do. Take action. See what it's all about. Why we can stay at home and just do this because it's fun. That's very important. It's fun, you know. Many people hate their jobs. That's not good.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
It's your life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So live it how you're meant to live it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you very much. And
thank you for doing.
Always enjoy. Yeah, I always enjoy our time together. And thank everyone for watching and following us. And if you want any information, contact one of us and reach out. We're very approachable.
Yes. And there is another thing I would like to say. If there is somebody watching or some of our followers who has a suggestion about a topic we should talk about, then you should write it there on the comments, because we want to get back to you. So we want to know what we think, what you think, if this was helpful to you, or if you say, well, I want to talk about focus, or can you tell me something about some strategy if it works for you, or how do you do it with your kids? Such simple, you know, very simple things that can make a huge difference. So please tell us if you have a suggestion about something we could talk about.
Yeah, good, great, yeah, great. Okay, we're gonna sign off for now then, and you can take care. Have a afternoon or night or whatever, wherever you're watching from. How's the weather there? We're covered in snow already.
Oh, no, here it's not snowing yet. It's been a quite warm fall till now, and now we have like 11 degrees during the day. So still over 0, but I think next month maybe it's going to start with the below 0 degrees, European degrees.
Yeah.
Do you have Fahrenheit in Canada?
What's that? We're still.
Which kind of degrees do you count in?
Celsius.
Celsius, like us. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
pretty. I'm wearing a cashmere sweater because I'm a bit sick and I'm always feeling colder because I grew up in Spain, so it wasn't that cold.
Lucky you.
Yes,
okay.
But not snow. So I hope you have a great afternoon, Alana. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep. You too, and I'll talk to you later soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye-bye.